What's going on, guys? You're watching Gameday Nation Athletics. My name is Omar.
My name is Steven. What it do, everybody? Here's the rundowns for today's show. So we got our most overrated and underrated player of this year's draft. We got could this year's college football season be canceled? And exclusive reaction to the Chargers new uniforms, bro. So let's get it, bro. All right, let's start with you, man. Who's your most overrated player for this coming draft?
Overrated player. I'll put Jordan Love.
Whoa.
The reason why I picked Jordan Love is because he had he started in his second year, right? 2018 season. And he flourished in the second year. First starting, I'm like, man, he did great. He had like great numbers. He put up 3,500 yards. That's good for passing yards, right?
Right.
32 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. That's a good touchdown interception ratio. But the 2019 season, his last season of his career, it went really downhill. I don't know what happened, but I do know what happened. Management happened. Because they changed it, management, coaching staff, they changed it late in the season. That really hurt his numbers a lot. Because in his 2019 season, 3,402 yards, 20 touchdowns, and 17 interceptions. So that interception rate went skyrocketed.
That ratio with a touchdown and interception, that don't look good.
Yeah, so I feel like he's overrated. But the reason why I say that is because a lot of teams are looking at his 2018 season, and I'm like, sure, you can look at that, but you have to look at the bigger picture. He struggles trying to look for open receivers. He can't read defenses right now. Like, he's not that type of person. Like, he will scan the field. Like, oh, that safety is out of pocket, out of place. I gotta throw it to another guy. He doesn't do that. He's late, kind of delayed on his reactions for open receivers. So let's say there's an open receiver open, his arm he delays a lot more. So I feel like he could work on that if he joins the NFL team. He's that type of player who should sit out for a year. So if any quarterback need teams who's trying to look for that quarterback, I wouldn't pick him up.
The thing that concerns me, I believe Jordan Love is getting looked at a lot because of his mechanics, not necessarily his stats. But what concerns me is that, one, he this year he did face LSU, so that was more of a caliber defense, NFL and he struggled a whole lot. He got slaughtered out there in that game. And then one thing that really questioned me was watching the bowl game he had against, I believe it was Kent State. He struggled in that game too, and Kent State is no LSU.
Yeah,
they're a lower ranked Division I school. So for you to struggle massively against LSU, and even the same thing with Kent State, that concerns me a lot, man. You got the mechanics and everything, but it's just you gotta make smart decisions. You gotta read defenses, and yeah, he's definitely a type of player that should sit out for a year, and people even compare him to Patrick Mahomes. But Patrick Mahomes had a very successful career in Texas Tech, so I don't really understand the comparisons with him and Patrick Mahomes. But he just needs the right group. He can't just go to any team and expect to sit out a year and become a Patrick Mahomes player. He has to go to a team that's gonna groom him right, like a Patriots or Eagles. Teams like that.
He needs a mentor. That's what he really needs.
He really needs a mentor. He could go to New Orleans and sit behind Drew Brees. I mean, they don't really have a backup QB right now. I don't know if Taysom Hill is gonna stay with New Orleans sooner than later, but they need a backup QB, and New Orleans could be a great spot for him to land.
But don't get me wrong, Jordan Love, he's athletically gifted, but he can't read defenses. He's not very precise on his passes. When he goes to that easy short passes, he can't read them as well. He always looks for that big game passes. But yeah, I feel like he needs to be groomed. Overrated. I feel like a lot of these teams are just looking at his 2018 season as all together. But if you have new coaching, you had to, as a player, you had to learn how to really develop, how to overcome those challenges. And that's how you be a great quarterback.
All right, so underrated player for you.
Underrated, T. Higgins.
T. Higgins.
Wide receiver.
Put respect in that guy's name.
Wide receiver. Reason why I say T. Higgins is underrated because he's projected to go in the second round, late second, mid to early second. My bad, mid to early second. And I feel like he should be a first round pick. Be up there.
Okay. Slow down, my boy. Slow down. I don't know first round pick now. He's one of those sleepers for sure, but I don't think he should be a first round pick.
He's that type of player where he could be up there with CeeDee Lamb, with a Jerry Jeudy, with a Henry what's the name? Henry Ruggs.
Henry Ruggs.
And
yeah, Justin Jefferson as well.
Jefferson. He could be up there. And the reason why the reason why he's not really being looked at is because he had a slow start coming up. Because in the 2017 season, he had 345 yards. That's his first time playing.
I mean, that was like, what, his freshman year?
Yeah, his freshman year. Yeah. His freshman year, right? Sophomore year, it went up 936 yards, close to 1,000, right? And 12 touchdowns. Technically, more than enough number of touchdowns right there. Right? 59 receptions, right? 2019 season, that's where he did great. 59 receptions, 1,167 yards, and 13 touchdowns. Again, 59 receptions. He did it on his 2019 season and his 2018 season. He had the same amount of receptions, but more yards and more touchdowns. And I feel like he's reason why he's underrated because not many teams really look at him because of his past seasons, past years. Because a lot of teams look at those big flashy players who develop all their 3 seasons.
I mean, I believe that he's not being looked at like that because he's in the stat wide receiver class.
Yeah, he is.
CeeDee Lamb, Jerry Jeudy, Henry Ruggs, Justin Jefferson. He's like, what, the 5th best receiver?
Mm-hmm.
So that's the only reason why he's not getting looked at like that, because he got these other big dogs in front of him.
But I feel like a lot of teams he's a sleep. I feel like he is a sleeper receiver.
Definitely is.
Teams will overlook him for sure. I feel like they will kind of pass over him. Not really think about wide receivers. They all think about, man, the big receivers got off the board, so what's the point of really look for? Let's move on to something else. And he is that sleeper receiver for sure.
Got you. All right, well, now it's my turn. My most underrated player in this year's draft is no other than Jonathan Taylor, man. Let me tell you why. First off, Jonathan Taylor had Heisman talks, right? I believe he was nominated for the 2018 class for Heisman Trophy winner, but he didn't win, obviously. But he was in the Heisman talks. Now, he's a how you call it? He's an all-type back. He can run the ball. He can catch the ball. He's very aggressive. He's the running back that can do all the dirty work. He reminds me a lot like Saquon Barkley, because Jonathan Taylor can carry a team. This man is capable of doing it. He can help any quarterback, man, go to any team, and it will be explosive. Now, let me tell you the stats here.
I feel like he reminds me of Christian McCaffrey.
Christian McCaffrey? Even that, too. Anyways, so in career, he had 922 rushing attempts. He had 6,174 yards. He was 6.7 average carry for yardage. And he had over 50 touchdowns for his whole career in Wisconsin. Now let's judge him by his previous year, his junior year. He had 320 attempts, 2,003 yards, which is a whole ton of yards for a 13-game season in college. That's tons of yards, man. NFL running backs can't even do that. All right, and then he had 6.3 average per carry, and 21 touchdowns. So this man's a baller. He's a baller. He carried that whole Wisconsin team. And it's just Jonathan Taylor, man. What more can I say? Now, my most overrated player in this year's draft.
And he's been going after this player since the beginning. He's been talking about him for a while now.
But is no other than Justin Herbert, man. Now, there were reports saying that Justin Herbert really didn't like getting out of his comfort spot. He really wanted to do the same old. And that can work in college. If a system works and the way you play, if it works in college, you stick with it. But going headed to the pros, it changes everything. And I don't think Justin Herbert is going to be capable to adjusting to the dynamic play style in the NFL. Now, the crazy thing is, now that I'm mentioning about Justin Herbert and Jonathan Taylor, they actually played against each other. It was this past season in the Rose Bowl. And let me see. Justin Herbert went 14 out of 20, 138 yards, and one touchdown. Now, that stat doesn't look, it's iffy. It's iffy against a Wisconsin team where they had, the top 10 defenses in the country at the time. But he did have 3 rushing touchdowns. But they were like very easy touchdowns. You just goal line type plays and he just runs for the touchdown. Now, if you compare to Jonathan Taylor, he didn't really have a really good game. He had 21 carries for 94 yards. And he could have done a whole lot better. Oregon defense was pretty dope. But one thing that Justin Herbert did impress me, surprisingly, he did win up against Utah in the Pac-12 championship game. Utah was one of the top 5 defenses in the country, and He slaughtered the defense, and he won the champion. He won the Pac-12 championship.
I don't think.
But it's just what concerns me is his work ethic. I don't think he could excel in the pros. You know, he's a great player and all, but he's not a top 10 player that a lot of analysts are making him seem to be.
See, I don't think he is an overrated player. The reason, this is the reason. I feel like he's a pocket passer for sure. He is a pocket passer. When you look at him, you think about Andrew. I feel like you can compare him to Andrew Luck. Honestly, I really believe you can compare him to that because
I don't know, man.
He's that player where you don't really see it as often. There's a lot of pocket passes or mobile quarterbacks in the college football, but he is truly a pocket passer. If you look at his stats, he will throw a precise ball if you need him to. I feel like he could be groomed a little bit more. He's not that type of player. Oh man, put him out there, he'll be great. But I feel like if you give him a good O-line, a decent amount of receiving
That's the
core.
thing, though. It's just like that. He's a great. I'm not saying he's a bad player, but I think he's overrated in the position that he is in right now. They're talking about like top 5 pick.
Yeah,
definitely not.
I don't feel like he's a top 5 pick. He was supposed to be projected as like the 21st or something.
And this was
like
a year ago.
23rd.
He had the choice to go to the pros early after his junior year, but he stayed for his senior year, to help Oregon win a national championship and to improve his stats. But if you look at the stats right here, let me compare you 2018 season and 2019 season. All right, so Justin Herbert had 240 completions for 2018. 2019 had 286. So that's 40 more yard completions. Now, the yardage. For 2018 season, he had 3,151 yards. 2019 had 3,471 yards. Not really a big difference right there. Now, touchdown interception ratio. For 2018 season, he had 29 touchdowns and 8 interceptions. 2019, he had 32 touchdowns and 6 interceptions. Not really a big jump for me to say like, yo, he improved a lot, man. He deserves to go like top number 1. Definitely not. It's basically the same thing. Just the numbers are a little more higher, but that's really didn't really change anything.
But let's say he did went to the draft in his junior year. He would have been a low. I feel like he would have been picked up second round, early second at least.
Oh, definitely not. The QB class a year ago, I think he would have been picked pretty high, a lot higher than right now.
I don't think so.
I mean, I don't think it wouldn't have changed anything because he's still projected to go like top 5. And a year ago, he still would have been projected top 5.
I don't think a year. No, I feel like last year you had Kyle Allen was there.
Kyle Allen.
No, Will Greer, Kyle Allen.
I gotta fact check this, man. But like I can say,
but you had a stacked quarterback drafted last year, and I don't believe that you'll be up there. I feel like he'll be a second round pick at least.
A second round from last year.
Yeah, at least a mid second round pick, because that was Daniel Jones was there.
You had Baker Mayfield, Sam Darnold.
I'm talking about last year.
Yeah, this is last year.
Baker Mayfield was last year? That's 2018.
It's 2018?
I'm talking about last year.
Oh, yeah, you're right, bro. Today's 2019.
But you still had... Even though it's 2018, he still wouldn't cut it.
You had Daniel Jones, Jay
Yep.
Brown is still in college. What?
Yeah, Will Greer.
This was a weak quarterback class. Now I'm looking at it.
But that's not the top, the quarterbacks. But anyways, he wouldn't do it. He's all those quarterbacks out there, and plus he had average quarterback numbers in college from 2016,
really, the only quarterback that really stood out in this class was Kyler Murray.
No, Daniel Jones stood out too. Dwayne Haskins had a little.
Dwayne Haskins, nah.
I don't know, man.
I'm not feeling it.
They were staying out. But let's say if he was going back in 2018 class, he wouldn't cut it.
Nah, if he would have gone for the 2019 class, he still would have been projected top 5, just like how this year is. I don't understand the hype for Justin Herbert. I really don't understand it. Great player, but his film. If you watch his film, there's not really nothing electrifying. He has the arm, he has the mechanics for it, pocket passing, but it's just his work ethic. Like I said, reports were saying that he doesn't really want to change up his style and this and that. But it's like, bro, once you go to the NFL, you're gonna have to.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
But bro, it could work in college, but in the pros, I don't see it, man. I'm sorry, I can't see it that way. But Jonathan Taylor, I project him to go late first round, if less, early second round. Justin Herbert, as much as I say that he's not a top 5 pick, he's most likely to be a top 5 pick in this coming draft. But we're gonna see. It depends on the team who gets him. They can groom him right. Could have a successful career in the NFL. But
see,
I'm not seeing it right now.
For me, T. Higgins, late first round and early second. But Jalen, what's his name? Jordan Love. I feel like he's gonna be a mid first round or late first round.
All right. Well, anyways, we gotta move on. College football season has been speculation that they were either gonna start in the spring, they were gonna cancel altogether, have it reduced to 9 games. Bro, at this point,
just might as well cancel it.
I might as well cancel it because I don't want this to affect the future of college football, because if they start in the spring, it messes up the whole schedule, man. Whole schedule. Now, what if they start in the spring and you know what? Instead of starting the fall again, we're just gonna have college football for the spring every year. And bro, as much as I love football, it does not belong in the spring. You know what's in the spring? Basketball. Do not put 2 and 2 together.
Yeah, playoffs, man.
Playoffs, and you got March Madness too.
March Madness too, yeah.
And college basketball, like
competition is not gonna be right.
No, man, because I love both sports. Like I gotta choose between college football and March Madness. Don't do that to us, man. Come on now.
Oh, I always had to watch March
Madness.
Now,
one thing, a lot of people say, well, you know what? How about we reduce the games? Because in the original college football season, it's 12 games. How about we reduce it to 9? Take 3 non-conference games out and just play conference. Now, I think that's a bit fairer.
But I don't like how the decision, because a lot of these players, they perform to show their stats and show their abilities with the games that they have now. If you reduce the games, we'll see a lot of numbers drop.
Bro, all it takes is just a 1 or 2. Bro, I mean, you've seen in XFL and in AAF players that you only needed like about 2 or 3 games to see it. You know what? Yeah, he got a future here, and those players got signed right away to NFL clubs.
I understand.
So it's the same thing with college, and we already know players that are capable to dominate.
But some are like late starters.
Trevor Lawrence.
I understand.
Trevor Lawrence doesn't even need to play this season, and he's going to be projected number 1 anyways.
Look, all I'm saying is that there are players who are late starters or who has potential, but starts to bloom a little bit late, and you reducing the games, it will hurt them.
I mean, would you rather have some college football games or none?
I'll take none.
None.
Have these players have a chance for it to really compete in a full game.
But at least they'll have a chance to compete instead of no chance to compete.
No.
Definitely, bro. What are you saying?
I'll have to.
That doesn't make sense.
I'll have to take it.
Because, bro, all right, if you in a championship run, you got 9 games, then you got your championship, so that's 10, playoffs 11. So in total, it'll be 12 games in total if you go all the way to the championship game.
I understand that, but no, I'll take none.
That's wild, bro. And you gotta remember, college, not only they depend on entertainment for football, but in a revenue standpoint, they need it.
You're right.
These funds, the university need their college football teams to perform and, to bring in ticket revenues, broadcasting revenues. They need it, bro.
Look, you're absolutely right. But understand.
So for you to say to cancel altogether, it's pretty wild, man. A lot of schools are going to be affected by this.
But how about the schools who doesn't have like these major sports programs and they're still going strong?
Bro, you cannot tell me Harvard does not depend on their football team to perform out there.
They don't need to.
Yes, they do.
Foreigners, they depend on foreigners to
Okay, but it helps them. It helps Harvard. Harvard versus that big Ivy League rivalry. They need that rivalry.
Bro, all I'm saying, you really.
But how that game alone gets broadcast in ESPN.
I know.
You know that, right?
Yeah,
so they depend on that revenue, bro.
No, I still don't believe. I feel like they'll do just fine.
Nah, man, you tripping.
All those sponsors that they have.
Bro, all right, you're talking about big schools. How about the smaller schools, man, that really need it?
Look, the smaller schools are the same way. Like,
bro, you cannot tell me that.
Bro, yes, I truly believe that.
These small D1 schools, they depend on football games, ticket revenues and ad revenues, man. You cannot tell me that.
Bro, if you have sponsors, I mean, they thrive on sponsors. They'll be fine. For one season, they'll be fine.
And what makes you think they should cancel altogether?
I mean, I told you. I feel like it's for the players' benefit. I honestly believe that for the players who doesn't have that ability to really be great right away, I feel like they should have a chance to.
I mean, it really depends to me how this whole pandemic is gonna go forward. If they're gonna start like easing everything to reopen things, but it just like I said, I mean, it really depends if school should start in the fall. have like all students come back to campus and start, normally. It really depends because
But Broward College, they release those students. They're not starting in the fall.
They're not starting in the fall.
They're not starting in the fall.
Whoa.
Online classes. They're not starting in the fall. They're starting in the spring. So that's what I'm saying. It defeats the purpose.
So a whole year, college students have to wait.
No, not a whole year. Technically, half of the school year they wait until they start.
Man,
that's what I'm saying. It defeats the purpose.
And the thing that's crazy is that, bro, all you need is one school. All right, let's say the president of the NCAA say, you know what, everyone, we're starting college football season. All it takes is just one school to say, no, we're not competing this year because, we're afraid of the whole pandemic and everything.
Exactly.
All it takes is one school.
Students come first.
That is true.
Then, students go always for school. I feel like for a majority of the schools, students always comes first before athletes. When it comes, first of all, for not really popularity, when they're being looked at, when they're being recognized. Because I know in my school, because my school is next to Brown University. When Brown shut down, it was all eyes on Johnson and Wales. What would they do? Will they keep the school open or will they close? So that's why I feel they'll be pressured by the parents, by the other students, and by protesters as well. They'll feel pressure and they're like, what's the point? You will close down school but keep sports open. That don't make sense.
That is gonna be something, man. It's because I love college football, but I do want the best interest for the students, athletes. But man, see, schools, if they cancel the season altogether, man, altogether,
this is what you gotta look at.
It's gonna affect them a whole lot.
This is what you gotta look at. Do you want to depend on the students, or you want to depend on the athlete, or are you looking at the athletes? What do you want to benefit more?
Well, you gotta look both sides of the ballpark for sure.
But right now, because of the whole pandemic, you want to look at the athletes. No, the students for sure.
Oh yeah, I believe that for sure. But man, this is gonna suck, man. I'm about to cry, man. This is crazy. Anyways, all right. So what do you think that they're gonna ultimately decide on? Do you think they're gonna reduce the game? Do you think they're gonna cancel altogether? What do you think?
See, as a monetary standpoint, when you're looking at economic value, I feel like they want to keep it open. They want to keep it going just to get the revenue.
Do you believe it's right? They should have with fans or no fans?
I feel like they're not gonna keep it open.
So no fans.
Not no fans. I feel like they're not gonna start up the college football season at all.
At all. Wow.
I truly believe that.
Well, I truly believe they should do it. If anything, reduce the games to 9. Reduce this regular season to 9 games. Only play non-conference. I mean, this is gonna be kind of tricky for conferences in the ACC and SEC because they play 8-game conferences. They have 4 non-conference.
This also shows who has more authority, either the school or the NCAA.
That's true, but all these schools right here that have a football program, they depend on it.
I mean, they don't always have to depend on the football program.
It's what brings in the most money.
But all I'm saying,
they depend a whole percentage of these football programs.
Do they depend on the football program or the reputation on how they're being looked at by the community?
That's a real tricky question. It really depends on each school, though.
Exactly.
I can't really answer.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I don't feel like they're gonna start it up because a lot of schools are like that. They always depend on the reputation in the football.
You know what? They're gonna find a way to start this season. If they have to push back the season a month, I think they will.
The NCAA will find a way, but the schools will most likely try to deny that.
Like I said, all it takes is just one school to say, you know what, we're not starting our season this year.
If a major school says no, a major football program
like a Penn State,
Penn State says no, then a lot of schools gonna follow along.
Yeah, because it's not gonna feel right if everyone else starts, but except for Penn State. So it sucks. Anyways, man. Breaking news: the time we've all been waiting for. These Chargers new uniforms, man. You ready?
I'm ready.
I got the screen. Pull up.
All right, man.
You
show
ready?
me.
You ready?
I want to see it.
Woo! God damn!
I'm not gonna lie. These black ones. Oh no, my bad. The navy blue ones.
Bro,
looks clean. First of all, best uniforms.
Bro, these white ones are fire.
Man.
Oh, what?
For sure. I feel like the Chargers outdid themselves. Now they got to compete now. We're building the whole team. They got rid of no, they didn't get rid of him. They did. Got rid of, what's his name?
Phillip Rivers?
Yeah, they got rid of Phillip Rivers.
They're looking for a new quarterback, man.
New quarterback, new team.
To rock these fire uniforms.
But I feel like they're the best ones here.
Bro, that blue one, man.
Oh, yeah.
That's fire. We're gonna put a link below to see these uniforms out there, or you can check it out on our Twitter and Instagram pages.
Yep.
But wow, no, these yellow pants right here with the blue.
I feel like they outdid themselves. First of all, the boat makes everything better.
Dog, and I love. No, these ones are fire, bro.
That's
fire. The white shirt and the yellow bottoms, bro. Oh my god.
Look at these uniforms. Makes me upset. Because I think about the Patriots uniforms. Then I'm like, wow, that is disappointing. They did no effort whatsoever. All they did was take the color rush uniforms and made it on away colors for it. I'm like,
these all whites are pretty fresh. Oh, I mean, that's pretty dope. They got the color rush right here, the all blue.
But those are clean.
Those are clean.
Bro, that's clean.
Wow. Chargers, you were impressing me right here, man. These are hands down best uniforms out of all the teams, man.
Hands down, for sure, best uniforms. They outdid themselves. They put some effort, creativity in there. They actually did. They made it look the best right now.
Yeah, because, I mean, these are like throwbacks. Some of these uniforms they used to wear back then in the day. Mm-hmm. And if you're going to be a team in LA, bro.
But the dark navy blue, my best one there is right there. Because it looks clean in the yellow outline bolt on it.
Bro, my favorite is really depending on the home and away jersey. I just love the yellow pants. The yellow pants, man. What?
But yeah, if you want to see
I love the powder blue though, and I think it's freaking dope that they had the numbers, the numbers on the helmets. Mm-hmm. Love that.
See, look, they have white helmets, right? The Patriots could have done the white helmets.
Wait, the Chargers already have white helmets though.
I understand that, but
and I didn't notice this, but they also have the face mask yellow too, because this past season they started adapting to the yellow face mask, but before
was it white?
No, it was yellow. It was yellow face mask they were using, but a year before that they were using the gray face mask, and that was kind of boring. But I love how they have the yellow face mask now.
Bro, they outdid themselves, but for sure, you want to see these uniforms? We'll put a link. You'll see on our social media page for sure.
Yeah, it's gonna be in our Twitter. It's gonna be on our Instagram. So check it out and see. And we'll have a clip of our reaction. But these are fire. Damn, bro, I'm about to buy me a Chargers jersey.
No sir. Ride die. He wants to abandon the Miami Dolphins.
Well, I'm still a Dolphins fan.
All you Miami Dolphins.
I'm still a Dolphins fan.
Man, forget him.
Bro, these jerseys are fire though.
Oh, look at this.
These are
supposed to be a ride or die and buy it.
I'm a ride or die all day, buddy, all day. But hey. All I'm saying, I won't be mad if Chargers get Tua because I'll be a Chargers fan too. Bro, these jerseys alone makes me want to be a fan now. That doesn't mean that my Dolphins are not my number one team. They're still my number one team out there.
Man, don't even rock with them anymore because he want to just switch teams. See, the reason
why he's still pretty salty about Brady going to the Tampa Bay Bucks. I won't be surprised you be watching every Tampa Bay game, man.
I will watch every time.
You damn right. Yeah, you see that?
I will watch every Tampa Bay game. But that's the point. See, we're not talking about me. We're talking about him.
Nah, you brought me into it, so I'm bringing you into that.
No, see, look. I can't even say it. Man, I'll be watching every Tampa Bay game. I'm not gonna lie about that. But it is besides the point. All I'm saying is that he wants to switch teams and pick the Chargers if Tua wants to sign with them.
Bro, Dolphins better get Tua. That's all I'm saying. But that's a different topic for another video.
He's willing to switch because
I'm not saying I'm switching now. Yeah. I'm not saying I'm switching. I'm just saying I'll rock with the Chargers too.
Oh man,
there's nothing wrong with having two teams.
So you know what? Comment below. Would you switch teams if another team's jerseys look fire?
I'm not saying I'm switching teams,
that's
buddy.
That's what he's saying. Old boy over here, he wants to switch teams. Dolphins
still have the best throwback jerseys out there. And you cannot lie. That is true. They're way better than the Patriots jerseys, what y'all got right now.
Wow, he's taking shots at the Patriots. See, he's butthurt right now.
Butthurt? I ain't butthurt about nothing.
But anyways, let's wrap this up, man.
Let's wrap this up. Anyways, tomorrow we got a special video out tomorrow. We're gonna have a March Madness bracket that me and Omar are gonna fill out. We're gonna debate about it, see who wins the March Madness tournament. It's gonna be a whole lot of fun. And then tomorrow, if there's any sports updates or anything, any trade talks, we'll have a quick rundown with that. But the main event will be our March Madness bracket. And you already know, Thursday we have our own mock draft coming out. So stay tuned for that, y'all boys. A lot of great things gonna happen this weekend. Can't wait.
For sure. Any updates will be on our social media for sure.
You already know, man.
Link will be down below.
All right, so the Game Day Nation. We love y'all. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you tomorrow. My name is Steven.
My name is Omar.
And you're watching Game Day Nation Athletics. Take care.